hidden evils in our food supply that increase your stomach fat and hack away at your goals of getting ripped abs. Now I'd like to talk to you real quick about some evils lurking around in our local food markets, in our refrigerators, and our dinner tables that end up going into your mouth. Unfortunately, these evils end up causing a lot of harm to your body in the long run, and it may be the reason why you still struggle with losing that stubborn stomach fat, or the reason your abs just don't get ripped. But the problem is that these evils cause is bigger than just stomach fat. It affects your overall health. High fructose corn syrup. It's no secret that high fructose corn syrup is detrimental to your health. Unfortunately, it's also no secret that it's been replaced by other forms of sugar in a disturbingly large number of manufactured foods. Even worse is that most high fructose corn syrup is made from genetically modified corn. A number of studies conducted over the past few decades indicate that the consumption of corn syrup is connected with a wide range of health concerns. Here are a few of the most important health dangers of high fructose corn syrup you should know about. Significant risk of stomach fat gain and obesity. The list of studies that show high fructose corn syrup to cause increased weight gain over other forms of sweeteners is much too long to put into this video. But one of the better ones, and more recent ones, was conducted at Princeton University and found that rats that were fed high fructose corn syrup gained fat 300% more quickly than those fed an equal or slightly larger dose of fruit-derived sugar. Hypertension and elevated bad cholesterol. High fructose doesn't just make your body fat, it makes your heart fat too. There's a strong link between the responsible consumption of high fructose corn syrup and elevated triglyceride and HDL. Together, these can cause arterial plaque buildup and eventually lead to dangerous heart conditions including hypertension, mercury exposure from high fructose corn syrup. Even if you were already aware of previously mentioned risks associated with corn syrup, there's a good chance that you didn't know it's often loaded with alarmingly high levels of mercury. In a study conducted just last year, they found mercury in over 50% of the samples tested. Mercury exposure can result in irreversible brain and nervous system damage, especially in young growing bodies. This is especially worrisome with the abundance of corn syrup in children-targeted foods. Increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Over the years, consumption of high fructose corn syrup can lead to a huge increase in the likelihood of developing diabetes. The worst part about it is how easily this lifelong condition can be avoided in most cases. Excessive amounts of soda, energy drinks, and junk food simply aren't worth losing a foot or going blind or harming your children. High fructose corn syrup and long-term liver damage. This is a big one that a lot of people overlook, by the way. Like anything else you eat or drink, corn syrup is processed by your liver, gallbladder, and kidneys, and is especially destructive to your liver. When combined with a sedentary lifestyle, permanent liver scarring can occur. This greatly diminishes the organ's ability to process out toxins and over time can lead to an expansive range of other negative health concerns. Alternatives to high fructose corn syrup. The dangers of high fructose corn syrup are both numerous and severe. Some estimate that more than 1/3 of the American food supply has been polluted by it. And if you're looking to cut back on your exposure to corn sugar, I urge you to start really reading product labels if you don't already. As an alternative, I would personally recommend xylitol, stevia, or raw local honey as a sweetener. The problem with corn syrup is that it's not processed by our bodies in the same way as other sugars and tends to be more lipogenic, which promotes fat storage. Also, your body doesn't readily recognize the calories ingested by high fructose corn syrup, so it does nothing to satisfy your appetite. The bottom line is, if you want to have lean and ripped abs, stay away from the empty calories of high fructose corn syrup. Trans fats. Trans fatty acids or trans fats are formed when manufacturers turn liquid oils into solid fats. Think shortening and hard margarine. Manufacturers create trans fats via a process called hydrogenation. Hydro what? Well, in a nutshell, hydrogenation is a process by which vegetable oils are converted to solid fats simply by adding hydrogen atoms. Why hydrogenate? Hydrogenation increases the shelf life and flavor stability of foods. Indeed, trans fats can be found in a laundry list of foods including vegetable shortening, margarine, crackers, cereals, candies, baked goods, cookies, granola bars, chips, snack foods, salad dressings, fats, fried foods, and many other processed foods. Trans fatty acids are found naturally in small quantities in some foods including beef, pork, lamb, butter, and milk, but most trans fatty acids in a diet come from hydrogenated foods. So where did trans fats come from? Trans fats were developed during the backlash against saturated fat, the artery-clogging animal fats found in butter, cream, and meats. Then food manufacturers realized that trans fats lasted longer than butter without going rancid. The result? Today trans fats are found in 40% of the products on your supermarket shelves. So what do trans fats do inside your body and to your abs? Like saturated or animal fats, trans fats contribute to clogged arteries. Clogged arteries are a sign of heart disease. They increase your risk of both heart attack and stroke. And here's how it works. Trans fats raise low-density lipoprotein or bad cholesterol levels. This contributes to buildup of fatty plaque in arteries. The science that shows that trans fats increase LDL cholesterol levels is outstanding and very strong. In their Nurses' Health study, women who consumed the greatest amount of trans fats in their diet had a 50% higher risk of heart attack compared to women who consumed the least. Some researchers also suspect that trans fats also increase blood levels of two other artery-clogging compounds, a fat protein particle called lipoprotein and blood fats called triglycerides. Equally worrisome, population studies indicate that trans fats may raise the risk of diabetes, not just increase your stomach fat. The majority of processed foods contain hydrogenated fats. Hydrogenated oils will not only make you fat, but they also will significantly increase your risk of heart disease, diabetes, various forms of cancer, sexual dysfunction, and a host of other health conditions. Do you see how learning about nutrition can motivate you to eat better? Next time you're faced with the choice of those deep-fried French fries, chicken fingers, potato chips, fast food burgers, fried chicken, etc., just think twice about the internal damage you're going to do to your body, and hopefully that will be enough to make you want to pass up those deep-fried or processed foods that are loaded with trans fats. So just remember to make better choices with your nutrition and keep away from high fructose corn syrup and trans fats by any means necessary. If you feel a friend could benefit from these tips, feel free to have him sign up to receive the 10 tips right in his mailbox. And this about wraps up this subject here. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep a lookout for the next tip to getting ripped, shredded six-pack abs. And until next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.